All right, blast off. Ben Parker of CardinalSportsReport.com on Three Rivals here with Stanford wide receivers coach Tyler Osborne. So first of all, just talk about during the bye week, what were you most emphasizing with the receiving group?
Yeah, I would say, the bye week was really to kind of, kind of fine-tune some things fundamentally and also get their legs back a little bit, be kind of around the midseason. But mainly fundamentally was just our route breaks. I think we've had some games we've done really well from a route break standpoint, and then a couple games where it wasn't our best, right? So obviously you're trying to get as consistent as you can to really always be great in our breaks. And so that was kind of the main point of emphasis fundamentally.
Yeah, and talk about, too, seems like C.J. Williams and Caden Hyde, those two guys have been getting more settled in, playing a lot better. Talk about those two guys and what's been kind of the key to their success.
Yeah, I mean, I think just the more they've played, right, kind of the more consistent, more detailed that they've become. At the same time, they did some really good things early on in the season, and I think that's one thing about the receiver position. It's always a little bit tough is you have to rely on so many things for you to get the ball, right? It's got to be a play call, it's got to be the right coverage, it's got to be the right protection. You got to have the right, obviously ball thrown to you too, right, at the same time. And so there's a lot of things that go into just getting a ball as a receiver, and so I think those guys played pretty well early on in the season, and now you're seeing them catch even more balls, and it's been cool to see their progress, both, just grow as players, but also even statistically, right, and that kind of show up in the stat sheet.
With the guy Bryce Farrell, just talk about the weapon he's been for you guys with the deep ball in particular.
Yeah, Bryce has been awesome. He's done a great job, coming in and not just being a guy that can be utilized in the slot, but really becoming a force for us on the outside. And so my first couple years here, we kind of used him more as a slot receiver. I always thought he had a kind of skill set and traits that can make him really dynamic, right, if he's used in the right way. And he's been really flourishing, both a little bit in the slot, but also on the outside for us. And obviously his speed is hard to find, right? And so that's been awesome to see. Must be able to get some shots on the field to him, and he's done a great job after the catch too as well when we throw him some stuff quick in the short and intermediate game.
Yeah, talk about too just kind of SMU, kind of the team that they have, their defense. Obviously, you're going to be focused on a particular secondary, but just talk about the challenges that they're going to pose to you guys from a passing game standpoint.
Yeah, they create a lot of turnovers. They do a really good job of, I think kind of being multiple in their coverage, and they do a good job just, creating havoc and creating turnovers. And so it'll be a good challenge for our guys. We played them last year, and they did a great job against us. And, we're fired up to get another chance to play these guys. And, they do a really good job, especially, like I said, creating turnovers.
Where have you seen the most, Bill Branson is sick every week. He's getting more settled in the offense. Where have you seen the biggest growth from him? What's been from your perspective, what's kind of the counter for that improvement? He third most yards in the game by Stanford quarterback against San Jose State. Yeah, I think Ben's just trusted the process. And, he's a guy that I think came in the summer, right? We have a pretty extensive offense as it is with what we require from the quarterbacks, right? And really all these guys, right? It's a very, very kind of NFL, pro-style offense in terms of the passing game and all the checks and all the different things that we do up at the line of scrimmage. And so, I think he's a guy that really honed in on that and he got all that stuff down pretty quickly in the summer. But it's another thing to actually go out there in games, right, and be able to execute that and be able to go through and play at a high level, right, with all that. And I think just every game that's gone by, he's got more settled in, built some chemistry, I think, with our guys, both up front and then also, in the passing game. And so, I've been really pleased with Ben and really excited about his growth. And, his best days are still in front of him. So excited about him. Yeah, I'm talking to Miles Littman today, I think. We'll see. But just talking about his growth. He had a touchdown against San Jose State first of his career. Let's talk about kind of how he's kind of progressed from walk-on status to where he is getting a scholarship.
Yeah, Miles has done a great job. And so what was really cool for me that last game was, seeing Caden have a big game, CJ have a big game, right? Bryce have a big game, but Miles still going in there, right, in his opportunities, creating, a touchdown and had some other big plays in other areas. And, he's graded out really well. Really all the guys have, each game they've graded out pretty well, internally with how we grade them. And Miles has just been a guy that keeps earning more reps every game and been really pleased just not only with his work ethic, his attention to detail, but really his execution, out there on game day. And so, he'll be another guy that, we got to find a way to get in there and get involved and, really trust Miles, and couldn't be happier for him, like you said, with his path as a walk-on and coming in and just every day getting better, earning it and earning a scholarship. And that touchdown was a cool moment for him and the team. It was a really cool moment for me, just seeing all his hard work pay off, kind of a way for everybody to see out there.
Final question for you. I'm just curious, as a wide receivers coach, what are you kind of doing during the game? What are you looking to do how you work
Yeah.
with players. Just kind of, what is a game day like experience like for a position coach?
Yeah, I mean, I think every position it's a little bit different. For me, a lot of it's in the pass game, right? Talking with Coach Reich, constantly about what we want to do throwing the football wise, and so there's a lot of that input that happens. I mean, a lot of it's us working together during the week, right, and game planning, and then a lot of it's seeing what the defense has given us, different things we think will work within our game plan, and what we'd like to call in the next drive, so to speak. So there's a lot of that, and then it's really the substitutions with the wideouts as well. We do a lot of different personnel groups, so managing that part of it, getting the right guys on the field for each play that's called from Coach Reich, and just executing that part of it. So yeah, it's kind of plays in the pass game, and then receiver rotation, and then just different things that might come up game here or there that are different than that. But for the most part, those are the two things.
Perfect. But thanks for taking the time, Tyler, and best of luck Saturday against the Mustangs.
Thanks, Ben.